What's good, yo? Welcome to my review for Obsession. I finally got to see the movie, man. Now, before we get into the films, I think that we need to set some ground rules and kind of give my background with the film. So I didn't even know this film was coming out, releasing. I had never heard of this film till near the end of my shift, the week this movie had come out. I had saw they were held at the theater. I was at Hookies. Was hosting a special screening of it on Thursday in one of the big three main theaters. These are the main three. The first three ones are their big ones. The screens are seemingly similar to the size of an IMAX screen, though they don't offer IMAX. It's like Dolby Vision or whatever. It's like a Dolby Cinema basically. But the screen is freaking huge. It's almost seemingly the same size as an IMAX screen. Around that, it's freaking big, and it's 2 stories in the theater. So it's 2 stories on each one, where there's a downstairs area, and then there's an upstairs area with a table that you can eat food off of and whatnot. Man, it's pretty big. These are honestly where they put all the big blockbuster movies in. This is where Toy Story is at. Which, by the way, one thing that annoys me about this theater I'm working at is that they have Toy Story 5 on 6 screens. 6. Mind you, the theater only has a total of 12 screens, but 12 has been out basically since I've started working there. So they really only have 11 functioning screens, and they have Toy Story 5 taking up more than half the screens. That is absurd. Even if it was Spider-Man, I still would say that's too many goddamn screens for one fucking movie, man. I don't know why. I mean, listen. It's Toy Story. Obviously, they're going to make a lot of money off of it, man, because it's Toy Story. But Jesus Christ, it does not need 6 fucking screens. It reminds me of that one video I saw from Karsten, where he mentioned, there was, I think either he saw it or, there was a theater in New York that had, Doctor Strange playing on Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness, playing on, 10 screens at an AMC or something, man. Something ridiculous like that. And, that I thought was absurd as well. This is just outrageous as well, man. But, yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, I saw the poster of that movie by the one by number 3 that it was I was like, oh, Obsession, what the fuck is this? I've never heard of this film. This looked interesting. And the title of the poster, it had piqued my curiosity. So when I got home, I watched the trailer for it, and then I saw this new horror movie. I was like, oh, okay, cool, this is cool. This is definitely something I'll probably, catch on streaming, because I didn't think I would be able to catch it in theaters. And I don't think, and as you guys know, we was initially gonna make the switch to it was gonna have a pretty quick turnaround to Blu-ray, but of course the film got super big thanks to word of mouth, and it's still running in theaters right now to become I think if it's either not now or it's closing in to becoming the most profitable movie of all time, topping the first Paranormal Activity film. I think is the one that holds the record currently. So and so obviously extended its theatrical run, and it's still push back cancel pre-orders for the Blu-ray and stuff, because obviously it's performing so well. They're obviously going to keep it in theaters for a longer time because it's still performing. And I can confirm that whenever I'm on shift, man, there is always a good number of people in the screenings for Obsession. It's never really full, at least when I'm working there, because I usually work the day shift. But there's always still a good number of people in that theater every day. So the turnaround, it's definitely having a very good turnaround. But anyway, so I saw the trailer for this. I was like, oh, damn, this is cool. This is cool. This is definitely a movie I'm going to keep my eye on. And I'm thinking I'll probably watch it when it hits streaming, maybe even save it for October, to watch it then during October. And that's why I'm going to go and watch the film. So then the movie comes out, and then one day, I think it might have been on that Friday, or it might have been on Sunday. I usually, or at least I did, not so much nowadays, because one of the bosses or supervisors there mentioned, hey man, you can't just sit in the theater and you'll watch the film. And told me, just stay outside and you'll go in there when the movie gets out. Mind you, basically every other usher I've seen on the job always chills out in the theaters and just jumps from theater to theater and sits in the alleyway in the runway area from the door to where it opens up, and just sits there for the last 10 to 20 minutes of the movie waiting for it to get out, then clear the theaters and jump to the next one. That's what I've been doing, man. So mix it up. And straight up, the dude's last name is Fist. Last name is Fist Fighter, so I low-key call him the Kingpin. I will dub him the Kingpin because of that. Anyway, so back then I would sort of sit in the front row. If the front row was empty, I would usually sit in the front row. If not, I would either just sit on the floor in the runway, or I'll just stay standing leaning against the wall, or the the stair beam thing on the stairs. But anyway, so I sat down there, man. The movie ended up going longer than it was supposed to. It was posted on my timesheet when the movie got out. So I think it was supposed to go out in like 20 minutes, but it felt like, but I'm pretty sure it went on for like 40 or something. Man. I was in there for a long time, and it picked up with the party scene with Django. That's where I got in there, man. That's what I watched from there to the end of the movie. So I sat in there, man, and watched like the last 40 minutes of the movie of the film, and I'm enthralled by what I'm watching. I'm like, okay, this film is legit. The trailer at Peak Manager, this film is legit. I gotta see this film. This is an incredible horror film that I can't wait to watch. So then the weeks go by, and like I said, I go in the theater, I watch the last 20 minutes over and over again, and I'm loving the film. So then eventually, you know, like I said, we get and if you guys don't know, at the theater, man, you can see the movie tickets for free. Though for every movie, you have to wait a week before you can actually get free movie tickets for it. Unless it's Disney, then for Disney movies, Marvel included, you have to wait 3 weeks before you can get free movie tickets because, of course, the mouse is a greedy little bastard. But anyway, so movie comes out. Like I said, I'm thinking about just waiting. I'm still waiting. I'm thinking about just watching it streaming. But then this week, I decided, you know what, fuck it. It's still in theaters. I might as well use the free movie tickets I get to watch this and Scary Movie 6, which is what I ended up doing. So I watched the movie today. Also, one other thing that's funny about, because like I said, the movie had screened longer than it initially had going for it. During the credits, while I'm cleaning the theater, randomly, midway through the credits, it just cuts. It just cuts to black silence. And I'm like, mind you, after just watching the film, man, that low-key kind of freaks me out. So I'm like, oh, fuck that. So not gonna lie, I start going way faster, clean up there, and get the fuck out as soon as possible. That shit freaked me out. I was like, what the fuck? That shit freaked me out. I'm not gonna hold you, man. That freaked me out. So I said I would watch the last 20 minutes over and over again. Then, you know, this week I finally decided, Gino, go and watch the film. Fully, fine, because it was still in theaters. Fuck it, why not? Just watch it now. Hooky, because, you know, I still mainly only go into the Regal, man, because I said the 1 week thing. But I think I'll go to Hooky every now and then to watch a movie that I'm not too interested in, that wants to consider. Like, I'll probably go watch Toy Story 5 here once the 3-week embargo is lifted. And I did get to see, like, on Friday when I got in there, man, I got to see the last, like, 40 minutes of the movie, man. Not gonna lie, man, I'm not too impressed by what I saw. It feels like it's gonna be like my least favorite of the Toy Story films, man. Though seemingly everyone's still loving the film, hailing it, you know, praising its work. So maybe, I don't know, maybe if I watch it with the rest of the film in total, I might change my mind on that. But from what I saw, it was a good movie, but nothing crazy, especially compared to the quality of even the first, even in the quality of 4, let alone the original trilogy of films. Anyway, so I saw it, and also gonna lie, man, this movie probably is one of my favorite audience reactions of all time, because during a scene with a brick, that's all I'm going to say, a brick, there was a black woman, I know it was a black woman from the way she sat in, where the brick comes in and she just screams, "Damn, bitch!" or "Shit, bitch," something like that, something bitch, and I just laughed for a bit, man, while watching the scene, man. That was funny. That was one of the funniest audience reactions I've had in a film. One of the best audience reactions that I've seen while in the movie theater, man. That was one of my favorites. But also, guys, if you guys are wanting to see Backrooms I am saving for when it drops on streaming on HBO Max. I'm saving that for October to watch during October for my Halloween horror marathon. I'm saving Backrooms for that one, though from what I've seen in the movie, it does look pretty cool, and I'm glad to see that movie is also done very well in the box office along with Obsession. So good to see horror movies are doing well in the box office, man. You love to see it. 2 YouTubers, you know, making their film debut. You love to see it, man. You love to see this uprise from YouTubers making horror movies. You got the Rack guys, of course, Chris Stuckman. The guy from Barbarian was also originally from YouTube, and of course these 2 guys, man. You love to see it. Anyway, all that being, I wanted to give that content to the film, man, because I have a bit of a history with this movie, man, from working in the theater. So, you know, before we get into the actual review itself. So anyway, overall, man, I fucking love the movie. This is easily one of the best horror movies in recent memory. Hell, maybe even the best horror movie I've seen since Hereditary, I think. I'm not sure if I would, I'd probably have to go back and look what came out in the years previously, but this is definitely up there as one of the best horror movies that's come out in recent memory. This movie is fucking brilliant, man. And obviously I recommend you all guys to go check out and see this film in theaters if you can, man. Seriously, because this film is incredible. Anyway, so let's jump right in. So the movie is directed by Curry Baker Barker, yeah. Who, once again, another YouTuber, man. This is like his, I believe this is his first film as well. I believe. I might be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure this is his first feature film, and of course stars Indy Navarrete, if I'm saying that right, I'm probably butchering her name. Curry Barker is also makes a cameo appearance. Michael Johnson, Megan Lawless, Cooper Tomlinson, and many more. And the plot of Obsession is, after breaking the mysterious One Wish Willow to win his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic gets exactly what he asked for. However, he soon discovers that some desires come at a dark and sinister price. Now, first up, obviously, we gotta talk about is the cast, man. Indy herself is easily the show stealer of this film, man. She is the MVP, man, and is worthy of all the praise that she's been getting for this film, man, and is low-key the reason why you should watch this film for her performance, man. She is fucking brilliant here, man. And, like, she has this thing, like Jim Carrey, where she has this innate ability to just contort her face into these, like, disturbing and freaky just facial expressions that you would think the human body could not make, but somehow she can do it akin to Jim Carrey, who could do similar stuff, man, as well with his face. And it's really just insane to watch and awe-inspiring and like impressive to watch, especially in some of the more creepier scenes with like Freaky Nikki, or like when she's like gets like really fucked, where she gets like really crazy near the end of the film, man, and you really get to see like some of the expressions she gets, man. It's impressive, man. Like, shout out to her, man. She's probably, and like, to state the obvious, man, she should be in conversation to be nominated for Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress for the Oscars this year. Obviously, she won't get nominated because it's a horror movie, but still, she should be nominated, man, because she is fucking brilliant. Now, I also got to shout out, of course, Michael Johnson and himself, who plays Bear. Which, fun fact, if you guys actually pay attention to one of the scenes where you see him working in the movies at the music store, man, you can actually see on his name tag, his name is actually Baron, like Baron Corbin. I was kind of curious about that. Like, was that like a nickname, or was his name legit Bear? But no, it's Baron, like Baron Corbin. So I was like, okay, that's funny. Which apparently goes into like some of the subtext or conversations about the film, man, about the whole man versus bear debate, which I didn't even know this was even a thing, because unlike some people, man, I value my attention span and my brain. I do not go on TikTok, man. I stay off that shit, man. I have never, nor will I ever, download on my phone, but I've watched some TikToks here and there, man. Some stuff that I see pop on Twitter and whatnot, but I do not have the app to download, and I do not actively use this platform, man, because no, I see what it's done to people, man, and the type of people that post and use this site, man. I want no fucking part of that. But anyway, there's apparently this debate, which I didn't find until recently, till some shorts creators popped up my feed, man, and that kind of went me through a rabbit hole to where I eventually got around to figuring it out. Which basically, seemingly, for anyone that doesn't know, basically seems like this whole thing that feminists or other man-hating women are into, where like they would rather be like, I think it's like you be stranded in a forest with a bear more than you would a man, because obviously the man will rape you. While the bear will leave you alone, even though a bear is a territorial animal that would very easily eat you alive without a second thought. But whatever. Anyway, whatever the case may be on that whole thing, man, that I read some comments about this movie where that seems to maybe also go into like some of the more subtext about the film, man. Whether or not that's intentional or not, man, is up for debate. But I thought that was interesting when I was looking through some comment sections about the movie, and like when I was looking up explain videos on, just to see if there's any new info that comes that like explain some of the interworkings of what the One Wish Willow is, or other parts of the film, man. Because I was just curious, and so I saw some stuff in the comments mentioning that, and the videos as well. Anyway, so yeah, but yeah, he's great as well, man. The rest of the casting is pretty good as well, man. But obviously, Indy is the show stealer of this film, man. But Michael Johnson, he is no slouch either. He is great as Bear in this film. Which also, to once again state the obvious, in the r/am I an asshole post version of this film, Bear is 1000% the asshole in this situation. Because all this happened because he was too much of a fucking pussy to just admit that he liked her, and we're in this mess because he's just a fucking pussy. Just to state the obvious, man. Wanted to clarify that. Anyway, But yeah, that's great. And the music I thought was pretty good as well, man. The cinematography is really good as well. There's some really cool scenes, man. Like, I liked how they actually incorporate, like, title cards, in a sense, into, like, the furniture. Like, you see the title Obsession as it's, like, sewn on his bed. There's also a logo of a bar they're on that you can see in the back of a shot, man. I don't know if that was part was done intentionally, like the title sequence, like the title card of Obsession in his on sewed into his bed sheet, but I thought it was pretty cool as well. And I low-key kind of wish somebody did that more often with when introducing new locations. They kind of did that whole like title card that's like integrated into like the background of a film set, like they did with those two, man. I wish that kind of popped up a couple more times, but because I thought that was done because I thought it was pretty cool when we actually got to see it show up. I also, one thing I gotta praise me is how surprisingly funny it is, because this movie loves to low-key fuck with Bear and by extension the audience, because you will have Nikki doing just like these random shit where like she'll like disappear and then reappear with like where she has like a flower, a vase with a flower, a potted plant rather, you know, where she has it like she's carrying it like in front of her head, walking through them. There's another scene where Bear tries to get out of bed and she just shouts, "Stay!" There's also another part where she starts walking backwards and then just starts faking out Bear, where she looks like she's about to charge at him, but then stops, and Bear's just like, ah! There's also this other scene in the actual like crystal shop where he gets the one with Willows with one of the guys that works there, man. That is fucking hilarious. Like, this movie, and I guess by extension the audience as well, just loves fucking with you. And I thought that was pretty funny, man. But yeah, so yeah, I was actually very impressed how this movie was able to integrate comedy. I wouldn't call this movie like a horror comedy or anything, but it is surprisingly funny, and I will say that much. Anyway, and then of course there's the ending, which everyone has been talking about, which is very much a very striking and oh shit kind of ending. A lot of the same way like Avengers Infinity War, where you're just like, what the fuck did I just watch? It's a very insane ending, man. And like, there's also one thing I gotta mention about this movie, man, real quick. And I don't know if this is just like this for you guys that saw film in theaters, or if you work in a theater yourself as well. This movie is fucking loud on the speakers that they have in there, man. In fact, let me put into perspective, at least at my theater that I work at, just how fucking loud this movie is. Okay, the way the theater is set up, man, is that this movie was typically in theater 8 for most of its runtime up until recently, where they, like I said, gave Toy Story 5 6 fucking screens. It was in theater 8. That was basically the theater it was in throughout the last few weeks. With Theater 6 right next to it, which is where Scary Movie 6 was for its run up until this week, and then near the end of the hallway is where Theater 10 is. Now, and like, mind you, there is a pretty long distance between Theater 8 and Theater 10, plus in between those two theaters is basically the janitor's closet for the theater, where they have a bunch of cleaning supplies, trash bags where you take them before they get carted out to the trash compactor. You know, all of it is in between these two theaters. It's like near the end of the hallway. This movie is so loud that while Pressure would be playing, either the film itself or during the credits, I could hear the ending of Obsession through the walls into Theater 10, and I could actually hear it in Theater 10 from Theater 8. Mine's, like I said, it's a pretty long distance between the two, and there's also the janitor's closet. There's also another room that's like the cleaning room or whatever, stuck in between them. This movie is so loud, it's able to go through like three walls and still be able to. And it's not like you can barely hear it. You can pretty well hear it and make out what's going on during the last like 10 to 20 minutes of the film while the ending is happening. You can pretty almost clearly hear it through the walls. And then when I would go, and like, even when I'm also in theater itself, it's very loud. Like, just shockingly, I don't know, people that complained, or someone went back and finally fixed, or someone had like recalibrated the sound system for this film or something, but it definitely wasn't nearly as loud when I saw it today compared to what I saw in previous days and weeks, man. But before, it was pretty loud. Like, really fucking loud, man. I was shocked when I would be cleaning Theater 10, like the credits for Pressure would be playing, I could hear the ending of the movie through the walls. It's pretty. I don't know if that's more of an indictment on the soundproofing of the theater itself, or just how loud it is, man. Maybe it's both. I don't know. But anyway, but yeah. Also, there's also like a tons of subtext with the film, man, that people have been like making videos about, discussing about, which I think is always great whenever films can like create these kind of discussions and like, you know, conversations about a film, man. Whether or not these conversations will eventually, how they turn out, remains to be seen, man. Whether it'll be people on TikTok with zero media literacy that be like, ah, yes, men evil, completely removing all the nuance of the film, man, versus we'll have some thought-provoking and interesting video essays in the next 3 to 5 years on this film, man. Remains to be seen, though I am hopeful we will get some videos on them, because there's a lot of subtext and conversation that can be made about this film and the subject matter that it deals with, man, because there's a lot in here, man. And it's very interesting when I go and watch, read comments or, see other videos, people discussing the film, man, what they took from the film and their interpretations of it and whatnot, man. One other thing I thought was also kind of cool that I found out about before I went to see it was that, just like you guys remember in American Psycho, where they were shot, where during the interrogation thing that between Willem Dafoe's character and Patrick Bateman, they shot 3 takes. One where Willem Dafoe was convinced that he was the killer, one that he suspected that he was a killer, and one where he thought he was completely innocent. And they filmed all 3 of these takes, and then they edited all 3 of them together into the final cut of the film. They did something similar during the bar scene where we get introduced to Nikki, where they did one take of it where she was into him, and then another take where she wasn't into him, in terms of having a crush on him in a relationship because they're obviously friends. Though I have to admit, man, when I watched the film, man, if you didn't tell me that, I would not have known, because it honestly, to me, man, watching it looked like she was kind of into Bear. That's at least how I took it, man. There wasn't any scenes where I'm like, oh, maybe she might, up until the end of the end of it, where he drops her out right before he actually breaks the One Witch Willow, where you can see she might not actually be into him. During the actual bar scene, it seemed like she was kind of into him, man. At least that's how I took it. I don't know if that's an indictment on myself, man. I don't know. But that's at least what I got from the film when I watched it, man. But I thought that was interesting, man. I would like to see these 2 takes just in isolation, just out of curiosity, on what was what. Because I just think that's interesting. Anyway, but I thought that was cool. In terms of negatives of the film, man, I will say, one, I mentioned I liked how they did title cards that were integrated into the background of shots, man, and I kind of wish they got used a bit more, man. One other thing I will say is I do wish we kind of got to see more of Nikki and Bear's relationship before the film. The movie talks about, when we hear from Bear, mention how Nikki was always there for him, man, and, that she would always help him out, and that he always thought of her, man, and she was always a very good friend to him. And I kind of wish we got not even a full 10 months ago full on fly, maybe some brief shots showing this up over the voice over him explaining of him talking about what Nikki had done for him, man, and his overall feelings toward Nikki during the opening of the film. I do wish we actually got some flashbacks or something showing us these scenes playing out rather than him just telling us about. Because I think it would have been cool to see more of more Bear and Nikki's actual relationship before, right before, and as it was maturing and Bear started to gain feelings for her, man. I've been getting starting getting some flashbacks over his voiceover of him talking about this. Would have been cool, man. I would have liked to have seen that. Anyway, guys, I've rounded up for 20 minutes about this movie, man. It's an incredible film. Go watch it, man. Watch it in theaters. Buy the Blu-ray. Watch it on Peacock. Support the film, man. It definitely deserves all the hype and praise it's got, man. This is easily one of the best horror movies released in recent memory. And yeah. Anyway, guys, I give this movie a 10 out of fucking 10, ladies and gentlemen. I think it makes it the first 10 of the year. Oh, wait, no, we did Scream 7 as well. That was that one as well. Oh, yeah, and also, the Furious a 10. I forgot if I gave... No, yeah, the Furious I gave a 10 as well. I'm an idiot. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like it, if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me if you feel like it. Links subscribe below. And as always, back for more. See you guys next time.